They won't understand you. They'll call you obsessed, crazy, delusional. But you're not. You're just building alone. When everyone sleeps, you're awake. When everyone quits, you push harder. When everyone doubts, you keep believing. Because deep down, the real ones are built in silence. You see, greatness isn't built in front of people. It's built in the shadows. In those silent hours when no one's clapping for you, no one's watching, and no one even cares. While they scroll, you grind. While they talk, you move. And while they laugh at your dreams, you're busy turning them into plans. That's the difference. They seek attention. You seek evolution. And this path, this lonely, painful, cold path, it's not meant for everyone. Because building alone requires madness. You'll lose people. You'll lose comfort. You'll lose your old self. But in return, you'll find power. You'll find purpose. You'll find a version of you that no one believed could exist. Growth doesn't announce itself. It happens quietly. While others are looking for validation, you're crafting your foundation. You'll wake up at 5 a.m. with fire in your eyes. No messages. No cheers. No recognition. Just you and the mission. And that's where real warriors are born. Not in the spotlight, but in the silence of self-discipline. Every rep, every study session, every night you say no to comfort. Those are bricks. Bricks that no one sees. But one day, they'll build your empire. And when they finally see it, they'll say you were lucky. They won't see the nights you cried. The mornings you fought your own mind. The moments you almost quit. They'll only see the result. That's why you must keep going. Not for applause, but for evolution. There will be days when no one believes in you. Days when people you love the most look at you like you're wasting your time. And that's when you realize you have to become your own believer. Because belief isn't something you get from others. It's something you build inside. You have to talk to yourself when no one else is talking to you. You have to motivate yourself when no one else understands your vision. You have to fight for yourself when the world walks away. That's what build alone means. It's not just about working hard. It's about carrying faith when there's no proof you'll win. It's about saying, I can, when everything around you screams you can't. Pain is not your enemy. Pain is the architect of your transformation. Every heartbreak, every failure, every rejection, they're chiseling you into the warrior you're meant to become. When you feel like no one understands your struggle, remember this. Lions don't explain themselves to sheep. You're not supposed to fit in. You're supposed to stand out. And standing out requires standing alone. So when life breaks you, don't run from the pain. Use it. Use it as fuel. Use it to rebuild stronger. Because every scar is a signature of survival. Every wound is proof that you're still fighting. Alone doesn't mean lonely. Alone means focused. It means removing noise. It means mastering your craft without distractions. When you isolate yourself, you start to hear your own voice. And that's dangerous. Because once you know who you are, no one can tell you who you should be. You don't need a crowd to validate your grind. You don't need followers to prove your worth. You just need consistency, discipline, and faith in your fire. Remember this, legends were never built in comfort. They were built in isolation, in moments of silence that no one witnessed. That's why build alone isn't a punishment. It's a privilege, because it separates the dreamers from the doers. You think the world cares about your feelings? It doesn't. It only respects results. So stop expecting someone to save you. No one's coming. No one's supposed to. If you want it, build it. If you dream it, chase it. If you fail, rebuild it. You owe it to yourself to rise again. Every single time you fall. That's the code of a warrior. You fall, You learn, you adapt, and you rise stronger. Stop waiting for opportunities. Start creating them, because the world rewards those who dare to build alone. The hardest battle isn't with the world, it's with yourself. That lazy version of you that says, I'll do it later. That fearful version that says, what if I fail? That weak voice that tells you you're not enough. You have to destroy that version every single day. And every time you defeat it, you evolve. That's how you grow. Not by competing with others, but by defeating the person in the mirror. Because the one who conquers himself needs no validation from anyone. There will be nights so dark that you'll question everything. You'll doubt your worth, your purpose, your reason to continue. But those are the moments that define your story. Because if you can keep walking in the dark, with no light, no help, and no hope, then when the sun finally rises, you'll shine differently. You'll walk with quiet power, because you've earned every step of it. You didn't skip chapters. You didn't fake the process. You built alone. One day, when your vision becomes real, people will show up. They'll say they always knew you'd make it. They'll pretend they supported you. But you'll know the truth. You'll smile, because you remember every night you cried in silence. You remember every no that fueled you. You remember every person who left. And you'll realize you never needed them. You just needed yourself. That's the beauty of building alone. It makes you untouchable. It makes you unstoppable. No matter how tired you get, keep moving. Even if it's slow, even if it's painful. Just move. Because progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's just you, refusing to give up one more day. And that's what separates legends from the rest. They keep going when others stop. Building alone changes you. It breaks your ego. It teaches you patience. It hardens your mind. You start to see the world differently. Noise doesn't impress you. Fame doesn't tempt you. Validation doesn't control you. Because now, you've met your true self. The one who doesn't quit. The one who creates. The one who survives anything. That's the version you were meant to meet. That's the version only pain could build. But remember one thing. Every empire has a cost. Every dream demands a sacrifice. You can't build greatness and keep comfort at the same time. You can't become legendary while still being the same as everyone else. Because when you build alone, you lose things that most people are too scared to let go of. You lose the noise. You lose fake friends. You lose the version of you that needed company just to feel worthy. And that's the point. That's the evolution. You stop chasing attention. You start chasing alignment. You stop trying to fit in. You start creating your own path. At first, it hurts, because isolation feels like punishment. But later, you realize it was training your spirit to survive when no one believes. Training your hearts to keep faith. Even when the world turns its back, you'll cry some nights. You'll bleed some days, but you'll never break. Because the fire inside you burns stronger than the storm outside. One day, you'll stand in front of the mirror. You won't see the same person anymore. The softness will be gone. The doubt will fade. The fear will die. And in that reflection, you'll see a warrior forged by loneliness. A soul built by discipline. A mind carved by pain. No one can fake that look. It's the look of someone who built his strength when no one was watching. That's when you'll realize you never needed validation. You just needed time. Time to grow. Time to break. Time to rebuild. Because everything you ever needed was already inside you. You just had to be alone long enough to hear it speak. Silence has a sound. It's not empty. It's filled with echoes of your grind, your progress, your evolution. While others scream for attention, you let your results do the talking. Because success doesn't need noise. It needs consistency. Every quiet morning, every lonely night, every sacrifice that no one applauded, it all adds up. That's the symphony of greatness. A sound only the builders hear. And when the world finally wakes up and sees what you've created, they'll ask, "How did you do it?" You'll simply smile and say, "I built alone." Not because it sounded cool, but because it was the only way. Once you've built alone, you become unshakable. Nothing can break you, because you've already been through hell and walked out stronger. You stop chasing happiness. You start building peace. You stop asking, "Why me?" You start saying, "Try me." You don't fear being alone anymore, because you know alone is where your power lives. That's the mindset of a real builder. You don't wait for motivation. You move through discipline. You don't seek perfection. You focus on progress. Every day, brick by brick, you're creating a life that silence itself respects. So let them doubt you. Let them laugh. Let them walk away. Because one day, they'll watch you build what they could never imagine. And when that day comes, you won't say a word. You'll just smile, because you'll know you didn't need anyone. You were enough. You were always enough, because you built alone.